Hello everyone, welcome to UN College Digital Class. I am Manisha Manashwini Padhi, lecturer in the Department of MCom in Finance and Control. So I am covering your marketing portion. Okay. So in my previous video lectures, I have already discussed so many things regarding marketing, marketing mix strategies, product mix, price mix, promotion mix, etc. In my recent video, I have discussed about marketing segmentation, what is the meaning of marketing segmentation and what are the factors which can affect the marketing segmentation process. So in my today's video lecture, I will be discussing about the next part of STP analysis, that is the T part, which is known as market targeting. Okay. So marketing segmentation I have discussed. Today I will discuss market targeting. So let's start with today's video lecture. So market targeting is the second step of STP analysis. After market segmentation, market targeting is done. In this step, target market is selected after segmenting the market on the basis of certain common taste preferences of the consumer. So before entering into any kind of business, STP analysis is very important. STP stands for segmentation, targeting and positioning. Okay. So in segmentation, we differentiate the customers on the basis of different criteria such as common taste, common need, common preferences, etc. Okay. So once the segmentation is done, we will get a group of customers and different kinds of segment. Okay. So in market targeting part, what we have to do, we have to select a particular segment on which we are going to put our focus. Okay, on which we are going to target. Okay, so this is basically known as market targeting, in which we select segments from the different kind of segments and we focus on a particular segment, or we can go for two segments, but we cannot focus on all the market at a time. Okay, so market segmentation is the first step and the market targeting is the second step. After targeting, positioning will be done. So let us discuss what is market targeting. So there are various approaches for developing market segments. Segmentation provides the key to target marketing. Obviously, if we do not do the segmentation process, we do not specify our customers, we do not differentiate our customers on the basis of different criteria, then after that we cannot do the targeting part. Okay. So market segmentation creates the base for doing market targeting. So once an organization successfully identifies its market segment opportunities, it has to select how many and which particular ones can be effectively targeted. So for example, I am going to do a textile business in a particular area. Okay. So if I want to do textile business, so I will have different kind of customers available. First of all, gents will be there, ladies will be there. In ladies part, different categories of ladies will be there. Some will be infants, some will be kids, some must be teenagers, some must be adults, some must be senior citizens, etc. Okay. So in that case, these are the different segments. Here we have to find out what are the common need, taste and preferences of the customer. If we are focusing on the teen girls, okay, so we have to make market research so that we can find out what they want to wear, what are they thinking of wearing a comfortable dress. Okay. After that, once the segmentation will be done, from that particular segments we have to select our target segment. Okay. We cannot focus on all the society at a large. We have to go one by one. Okay. So on the basis of common criteria and my capability to provide quality products, I will select a target segment, I will select a target market. Okay. So that is what written here. Once an organization successfully identifies its market segment opportunities, it has to select how many and which particular ones will be effectively targeted. So I have to select the particular segment on which I can effectively target. So we can think of our examples like if I have 6 papers for my semester, I will start doing the paper which is easier for me. Okay, I will think that I will study this paper first because this is easier for me, then I will go to another paper. Similarly, after market segmentation, I have to select the target market. What will be the target market? The market which I can handle effectively, that is known as target market. So here there are certain factors which can affect the market targeting. So how to do market targeting? What are the factors which affect the market targeting? Similarly, we have also studied what are the factors which affects marketing segmentation process. Here we will discuss the factors that will affect the market targeting part. So first one is the size of the segment. The selection of any segment depends largely upon its possibility to measure the size, assess the purchasing power and other characteristics. Usually companies prefer large segments. So we have to think of the size of the segment. For example, in my case, where I am wanting to do a textile business, after doing the segmentation, I found out that the number of adult girls is bigger in size. Okay, so obviously I will want to go for that side. Okay, so basically companies prefer large segment because in large segment more chances of innovations are there. Okay, so basically companies prefer large segment. So selection of the segment depends largely upon its possibility to measure the size, assess the purchasing power and other characteristics. If the segment will be large, then the number of consumers will be also large. Okay, so if I produce things for those adult girls, then my product will get sold obviously. Okay, so size of the segment affects the market targeting. So second factor is our price elasticity. The market segments comprising price sensitive consumers are generally the ones where marketers cannot substantially differentiate their following. Obviously price elasticity is a very important thing. We cannot determine the price of our product arbitrarily. Before deciding the price of a particular product, we have to understand what my consumers want. Okay, what is the price my consumer is willing to pay for that particular product. Okay, so price elasticity also affects the market targeting. If my target market is not able to pay more price for a particular commodity, so that should not be my target market. Na? Okay, so price elasticity, determining the price of a particular product is very important while deciding the target market. Third one is the bargaining power of buyers. Threats from the bargaining power of end users or intermediaries can affect the profits the marketers, as they are forced to give heavy discounts, else the buyers would switch over to the suppliers. So all of us know that buyers have the bargaining power, consumers have the bargaining power. Okay, so before deciding the price of a particular product, the marketer or the producer has to think of the bargaining power of buyers, and according to that the price should be done. So for example, I am doing a business. Okay, so for producing a unit of soap, my cost price is 20 rupees. Okay, so I have incurred 20 rupees for producing a unit of soap. So I have thought of having 50% of profit. I need 50% margin. So the selling price should be 20 plus 10, 30 rupees. But if I keep the price of that particular product 30 rupees, then that product will not get sold at 30 rupees, because consumers have bargaining power with them. Consumers will obviously negotiate. Okay, so before deciding the selling price, we have to think of the bargaining power of the consumer. In this case, I have to decide the price that will not be 30, that will be more than 30, it can be 35, 40, etc. Okay, so after that consumer will bargain, they will come to 30, but I will not go below 30. I will not get agreed with the consumers. Okay, anything will be bargained by the consumer, my product will get sold at 30 or above 30. So I will get more amount of profit. Okay, so this is very important for the marketer to understand the bargaining power of the customer, so that the proper pricing can be decided. Next one is nature and intensity of competition. Any segment that already has many established competitors shall be least attractive, as having strong barriers to entry due to fortification by the aggressive competitor. So we will not select that segment which have more competitors in it. In my area there are 20 fruit sellers available, so I will not definitely go into fruit selling business. Okay, So nature and intensity of competition is very important. We have to understand which business has a lot of competitors available in the market, in which business there are not that much competitors. Okay, so because competitors will obviously hinder us from being grown in the market to develop in the market. Okay. So competitors have a very effective barriers for the growth of my new business. Next one is the threat of new entrants. Smart companies always look for segments that have strong barriers to entry and at the same time have low exit barriers. The markets served by technologies are more prone to risk as competitor can use superior technologies. So before going into business, I have to think of that I will also face the threat of new entrants. New entrants will be also coming in that particular business. So I should have that Q factor in my product, that important factor, unique factor in my product that will attract my consumers towards the product. Okay. So as technology is growing very drastically, threat of new entrants is very important. Always every businessman is facing threat of new entrants in that particular market. Okay. So smart companies, what they do? Smart companies always look for segments which have a lower threat of entry of new entrants. Okay. So this is the very important factor in deciding the market targeting part. Next, we will discuss the target marketing strategies. What are the types in which we can divide our target market? What are different kind of segment targeting? Okay. So under that, first one is our single segment targeting. Let us understand what is single segment targeting. Organizations preferring single segment targeting are generally of the view that there is no significant difference in consumer characteristics concerning their products or services. This is also known as undifferentiated targeting strategy. So single segment targeting is otherwise known as undifferentiated targeting strategy. In the absence of division of consumer groups, marketers decide to develop a single marketing mix to serve all categories of consumers. So what is single segment targeting? As the name suggests, in single segment targeting, the marketer or the producer focuses on only one segment. Okay. So they produce things for only that particular segment. So we can take off an example like if we think of Maruti Suzuki car, at the time of entering in the car business, Maruti Suzuki used to only provide cars regarding family purpose, which is called family cars. Okay. So for a long period of time, they didn't try to innovate something, they didn't try to go for new model of cars because their thought process is that consumers will definitely purchase because everybody has family. Okay. So they thought there is no need of evolutions in that particular business, but eventually they went into evolutions and innovations. But they were of the view that single segment marketing is very important in order to be successful in that particular segment. So this is what example is given here. For example, a company that has established strong market presence on the small car market like Maruti Suzuki may not be capable to foray into the large car market with similar success. Obviously, Maruti Suzuki, who has been a pro in producing small car market, may not be that much successful in large car business or luxury car business. Okay. So this is single segment marketing where the company focuses only on one segment, producing and satisfying the one segment of consumer. Next is the multi-segment targeting. When a company chooses to target more than one segment, it needs to design its marketing mix. Separate marketing mix for every segment to serve the needs of consumer with specific profile may prove very challenging. So therefore, marketers make efforts for marketing strategy that would serve two or more well-defined segments. So in single segment targeting, the focus was only on one segment, but in multi-segment targeting, the focus is on two or more well-defined segments. The company needs to have thorough understanding of the consumer profile to have separate brands that can be developed to serve each of the segments. So let us understand this point through an example. So for example, face creams with different brands for oily skin, dry skin, rough skin, pimple care, etc. can be covered under one marketing mix to serve the different consumer segment. So what is multi-segment targeting? As the name is here, multi-segment targeting, this targeting strategy focuses on multi-segment. So multi-segment doesn't mean 5 or 10 segment. Multi-segment means 1 or 2 segments. Okay. So here the company will not only focus on one segment, this will also focus on 2 or max to max 3 segments. Okay. So the example given here is if that is a skin care product. Okay, skin care companies there, for example, Lakme or Fair and Glow, etc. Lakme or Glow and Lovely, etc. So they use to provide skin care products for different consumers having different skin patterns, like for rough skin, for dry skin, for oily skin, for normal skins, etc. Okay. So they are producing same product, but they are focusing on multiple segments. So this is what multi-segment targeting is. So multi-segment targeting is very difficult to be performed because consumers will have different preferences. Okay, so this is very important to create a particular marketing mix in order to serve the multi-segment targeting purpose. Okay, so marketing mix consists of 4 P's: product, price, place and promotion. So product will be different, pricing strategy will also be different, promotional strategies will also be different, so that then only the consumers can be encouraged for that particular product. They will able to know that this particular company is providing different range of product in this particular criteria. Okay, so this is what multi-segment targeting is. Next is concentrated targeting. A focused marketing approach may be to serve only one market segment with single marketing mix. Here there is only one segment, but only one marketing mix also available. The strategy allows for deep understanding of the customer profile, and continuous research and development is undertaken to serve its selected target consumer. So here, as the name suggests, this is concentrated only on one segment, and here there is only single marketing mix. This allows deep understanding of customer profile. They go into deep root and understand the customer need and preferences and serve the consumer market. The underlying philosophy of focused targeting or concentrated targeting is to serve well the needs of narrowly defined market segment instead of dividing resources over several different segments. So their thought process is that this is very difficult to serve several different segments, but this is important to serve or to satisfy the consumers from a narrow segment. So for example, Lamborghini cars are the premium cars targeted to serve the interest only of the upper segment of the market only. So we all know Lamborghini is a branded car which is being used by the upper segment or the elite class customers. Okay, so here they do the concentrated marketing part. They only produce premium cars to target the customers of only the upper segment. Next one is the customized marketing. Customized or individual marketing is also known as one-to-one marketing. Every company cannot implement customized marketing. The approach can be followed only if the company is capable of responding to the individual needs of the customers for the product or services. So if the company can serve the customers and the individual needs of the each and every customer, then they should do customized targeting. For example, Dell came up with the idea of designing laptops as per the demand or desire of the customers to serve the individual needs. So there was a campaign of Dell where Dell came up with a new idea in which they used to produce laptops according to the desired needs of each and every consumer. So laptops were designed individually, but this campaign didn't get success because this is very difficult to make every customer satisfied and to design individual product. Okay, so this is what customized marketing is. So this is what market targeting is. In market targeting, we decide the particular segment on which we are going to target. In my next video lecture, I will discuss the market positioning part. I hope you have understood the market targeting part. If you didn't get something, you can ask me in the comment box and I will clear your doubts. Thank you so much for watching.